Hey everyone, and welcome back to Real Talk with Nova. Today we are going to be talking about Nicki Minaj and what she's been saying on X, formerly known as Twitter. Here she is. She does look beautiful, and she's standing next to her husband. And what can we say about him? Apart from all the things she's kind of saying on X at the moment is a bit strange considering some of the things that her husband has been accused of. So, anyway, before I go any deeper, I will say that all things here are alleged because I don't want no one coming for me because these aren't my words. This is all about Nicki Minaj and what she feels and what she's put on X. Okay, so don't come for me. So she starts with, "Hey world," and then she's got pictures up of Foxy Brown, Aaliyah, and Beyonce. And this is a retweet, actually. So I should start by saying it's a retweet. And she actually says, "True or false?" Goes on to say, "Jay-Z dated Foxy Brown when she was 15 and took her V was 23. Jay-Z was going out with Aaliyah when she was 15, 16, 17, and he was 26, 27, 28. Jay-Z met Beyoncé at 16 and started dating her when she was 18, 19, and he was 30. Wow. Jay-Z signed Rihanna at 16, and she said in an interview that she was flown to meet Jay-Z, who wouldn't let her leave until she signed the contract and locked her in the office until 3 a.m. I do actually remember Rihanna saying something like that. And I hope that she had some sort of representation with her when that happened, or a family member, or she was just not saying it literally, like maybe she didn't mean it literally. But I always felt it was strange how people would be dating Aaliyah, for example, R. Kelly, and she was so young. She was maybe, and they got married, and they all ran the same sort of circles at the time. I didn't know that it was true that Jay-Z dated Aaliyah for sure. So if that's true, it's disgusting. And the same for Foxy. I have heard that rumor before, but you know, until some of these people come out and say that that happened for a fact, it's hard to know. But it is disgusting either way. For me, for her to be saying things like this, and she's married a guy that's been accused of similar things, is very disturbing. Next, Nicki retweeted this. I guess this explains why TMZ didn't cover Jay-Z being named in the Epstein files. And the retweet goes on to say, "Breaking: TMZ founder Harvey is named in the Epstein files, and he's described as a good friend of Epstein." I hope I'm saying his name right. Epstein. I think it's more of Epstein. It's if all of this is true, it's disturbing because these sorts of people run what is put out in the media, and they can make or break you, um, or they can stand beside you and make sure your dirty laundry doesn't get out there. Now she posts a picture up of Aaliyah and Jay-Z, age 15 and 26. And then another one of Beyonce and Jay-Z, who is alleged to be 27 there and 16. Wow, they look so young. They look so young. And she goes on to say, Are you understanding these people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power? If you ever vote Democrat again, you're just as soulless as they are and will perish. Maybe it's time for me to do some story time since I was trying to not say what I know, and yet they continue to attempt bullying. Also, I won't be releasing an album until my contract is renegotiated and until I tell you about all the sabotage this Rico is finding out about Billboard. So there's some sort of Rico going on allegedly. I mean, who is telling her all of this? Is she getting information from like Trump's camp? Is she being used to put this information out there? Or is this what she personally feels or she personally knows? Now, if she's known all this information, um, I can understand why she may not have spoken about it previously because you might be scared if you know all of this and these people are so powerful as she says they are, then maybe you wouldn't want to speak out. But why does she feel so safe to talk about it now? Is it because she's recently got the gold card from Trump, which allows her citizens some which allows her to be a citizen of America because apparently she didn't have her papers allegedly, or or does she know something is coming up? Are they coming for Jay-Z now? Um, is that the reason why she's talking so much now? Either way, if it's true what he's done, it's disgusting. She then goes on to say, your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. Rascalot. Rascalot. They sabotaged my documentary because I spoke about the abuse that I suffered. They've been trying to stall all my projects in hopes I'd lose a bunch of money and beg them for help. Their leaders still think it's a joke. The destruction that's about to come down on them isn't funny. I told y'all you better leave me alone. Now you'll understand why you should have just sat there and taken your meds. She goes on to say, imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out here with a 16-year-old in this day and age, and how you would have his head on a platter. This guy was hugging and humping on teens in broad daylight. Next I'll get on the owner of the shade room and more. I think Nicki's being fed this information. I really do feel she's being fed this information. Maybe I should discuss the brainwashing techniques they use. Then she shows a picture of Jay with his alleged son, and allegedly his mother, the son's mother, was about 16 when she had him. And this is allegedly why Jay-Z won't prove or dispel the rumors that this is his son. He's doing everything in his power not to take a paternity test. She goes on to say they're flying in immigrants to vote because of all the promises they made to African Americans and can no longer get the African American vote by default. They're causing distractions in the streets to distract from the billions they stole from taxpayers. I'm presuming she's talking about the Democrats, but they're no longer in power. Or yeah, so who is she talking about here? Or is she talking about some other agency? Any Christian who votes Democrat again is a fool. They're showing people that it's okay to disrupt a church during worship. This is how they truly feel about you. The veil is lifted, no morals, no integrity. It's not enough for them to have an opinion. They've escalated to physical intrusion of places of worships. The demons inside them are so bothered all the time. Right, I just want to know, anyone listening to this, does does Nicki Minaj portray herself as a Christian woman? And I am not sticking up for those people that stormed the church because I thought that was disgusting. And I don't think other churches would get stormed like that. Okay. But does Nicki portray herself as a Christian woman? Tell me that. The LBT has also started seeing through the veil and it has them pissed off. Why are they getting the gay vote by default? They've moved on from the gay vote to flying in people to vote for them. No loyalty to anyone. The gay community should be able to choose every 4 years like everyone else after the Democrats campaign to win your vote. They should not just get your vote. Wake up. And the LBT community is not happy at all with what she's got to say at all. I'm just going through it. They're not happy. I'm just reading the comments. They're really not happy with what she has to say. And then she goes, check this racist MFer out. And you can see his picture there. Oh my goodness, why is she coming? Okay, she goes, Fat Lizzo lost £300 to sell 300 albums. So now she has loose skin and a flop album and a weird charge. Sheesh. Oh my goodness me. But I think people are going to go and vote for Lizzo now. Not vote. I think people will go and buy Lizzo's album now and push it up the charts. How dare she? She honestly seems quite she actually seems quite like she's on something. The way she's just raging. Um George Clinton, sit your stanking ass down. I mean porta potty or whatever your yuck name is. I wonder if she's had lawyers or somebody clear that this is okay for her to say. Um, because she's talking and she's talking a lot. She's talking a real lot. Um, I think she's actually deleted a few posts actually because I can't see this one any longer on my phone. But here's one that I did clip. She says, as they do their ritual tonight, God Almighty will reveal himself to them. The ritual will backfire on them. God will not be mocked. Blessed is the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Every tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned and put to shame. Watch. And she finishes by saying, Toodles. Oh dear. So, guys, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan. I've never been a Nicki Minaj fan. I don't like what she's put into our community as a woman. Because there's a lot of young girls that look up to her and have gone on and listened to her music and thought that everything she's doing is fine. And while she's leveled up and moved out of the communities, those young girls are still in the community thinking that some of the things that she's implied is fine, in my opinion. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and comment.